Good afternoon, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Today, got a super exciting video to kind of talk a little bit about. We're going to talk about palladium, but not in the sense that we are actually talking about palladium, but we're talking about it in terms of the prices and the charts. Now, I know you guys have heard me say I'm not a big fan of palladium many times. However, in yesterday's video, someone brought up they put down an interesting comment. Amongst all the people saying, I agree with everything you say, but I can't picture silver going to 100 or even 200. Those numbers just sound too outrageous. My answer to that, I don't think it's going to happen overnight. Unless it gets ugly overnight, and then who knows what you could see. However, I believe firmly $100 for a short run is a easy target. And I will be one of the people that will be taking a certain amount of profits. Not everybody out there will, because at that point, they will be telling you that silver is going to be the new gold. And people will buy into that. And that's why there's going to be more and more people coming out of the woodwork to buy at $100 or $200 or who knows. I mean, things could be getting ugly. However, the interesting comment that I had from someone was, well, I never thought palladium would go to 3,000 or 20. He said 2,800. When I looked at the charts this evening, because I looked at it briefly this afternoon, and I said, damn. Can you imagine having put in $200 on 1 ounce of palladium and watched it over a 10-year, 11-year time span go to $3,000 or $2,900 and change? I would be amazed. You're talking 15x on your money. A 15x is pretty good. That means for every dollar you put in at $200 an ounce, you're now worth $15 per dollar. So if you bought at 2, you're now talking almost $3,000. He had said that he never thought that would happen. I've been asked numerous times what I think about palladium. Now, palladium's sitting now at $1,000. It way overshot its $1,000 mark. It went up to, like I said, almost $3,000, and it came down fairly quickly. Now, a lot of people think that manipulation brought that down, and I have not looked enough at the charts to sit here and tell you guys the details of what happened with palladium, because quite frankly, I'm more into silver. I hold some gold. I hold it as a secondary safe haven to silver. I believe in diversifying my assets, and gold and silver are two things that I'm a firm believer in because they are sound money. They are hard assets. I know there's a lot of people that might watch this video and say, I'm not a fan of silver. I'm not a fan of gold. Or maybe they're a fan of gold and not a fan of silver. Who knows? Before I get going too far into this, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, take a quick minute, hit that subscribe button, and check out our 10,000 subscriber giveaway. The details are on there. I want to make sure that everybody gets entered before the opportunity closes. If you didn't watch that video, you could be missing out on what you need to do to win. We're going to be doing a live stream. All the names will already be put together, and we have a great way that we are going to be doing our giveaway. That's totally out of my hands, and it's totally random. So who wins all those ounces of silver that are in that giveaway video, that who knows. And there's even more that weren't shown, but I'll be showing those probably this weekend, the more. But a lot of free silver given away. So with that being said, back on topic though, so a lot of people just can't see silver going up. And, a lot of people couldn't see it with palladium and it jumped. Now, here's the thing. Palladium, someone out there might be already writing in the comments that palladium only went up because of catalytic converters. And if I said that wrong, I apologize, because I have been corrected on the way I pronounce it in the past. Even some of my friends, it's not called a Cadillac, it's catalytic. So catalytic converters. A lot of people didn't realize, once they started making them, that kind of is what drove up the demand for that metal. And with that being said, the price went along with it. There's a lot of stuff that we don't really know about silver yet. I believe there's uses for silver that we haven't found. I mean, there's tons of uses for silver already, but there's more and more uses coming out. I was actually reading about something after someone brought it to my attention about how they want to maybe use silver as batteries because it is the ultimate conductor for thermal energy. And if there's a way to essentially use silver to make a better battery that charges faster or holds on to a charge longer, or can basically conduct the heat, the energy quicker, that they could do it and it would make a big difference. Our technology, I believe that technology is even better than what we think it is. I mean, you think about it, not much great or amazing has really been publicly put out in the last, I don't know, who knows how many years. I mean, have we really gone through some amazing leaps in technology? I mean, not really. I mean, we've got stuff that has jumped. Some companies have put out great products, and I'm not disputing that. But when you think about, time periods in history where just huge jumps were made in technology, I mean, we haven't made any big jumps lately in a lot of different stuff. And someone may argue that out, like, oh, what about Tesla? What about this? What about that? I mean, like I say, there's going to be some, but that's not really what I'm going to sit here and argue about. I'm just trying to point out the facts that, more and more silver is being used in a lot of different industries. It's not just solar. A lot of people know, everybody knows solar. Well, here we are trying to go green to save the planet. But yet, silver is basically such a low price, it's unbelievable. When it has so many properties in a lot of the stuff that we need, I mean, it only makes sense that we could really see this metal jump. Now, some people want to make the argument that they manipulate the price down just for industrial demand so they can buy it and make products with it. I have no doubt they're manipulating it down. The real reasons they're manipulating it down, who knows? I'm not convinced that big banks, I mean, we know who's spoofed metals. We know who's been doing a lot of metals manipulation. I'm not personally convinced that these big banks are doing it out of their kindness of their heart for the companies that are using silver to make products. I'm convinced they're doing it for personal gain. No one puts their company at risk for something else or someone else. They're doing it for their financial gain, to pad their pockets, to line their pockets. As companies like JP Morgan are sitting on some of the largest hoards of silver that have ever been put together in the history of the world. So when you think about that for a minute, that really makes you wonder. I mean, we're all this silver, they're just stockpiling up. I mean, eventually when the price jumps, they are going to be sitting pretty. And it's the same people that are manipulating it down, that have been caught for manipulating it down, that have been fined for manipulating it down. So the people out there that are commenting right now that there's no proof of that, you know what, there is. You can Google it. You can look at the fines that have been paid, the settlements that have been paid, and see that there is a certain amount of spoofing, manipulation. I know some people will say it's not that much. Maybe not. I mean, who knows? We don't really know the full scope, because the truth of the matter is someone could steal every day of his life, and then all of a sudden he gets caught one time and he says, I never should have done it. It was my first time. Pays his fine, and that's the end of it. We don't know how big the scale of spoofing is. We do know how many paper contracts are out there. We know how much is in the COMEX. We know that the COMEX is running a deficit right now, and we can continually see the COMEX decline on silver. And at some point, we're going to possibly see the price pop. When it pops, keep in mind, if the people that are manipulating it down let it pop, it's because they have theirs. Once they have what they feel is enough and they need to let it go, they are going to let go of the chains that hold it down, and it is going to skyrocket. You think about it for a minute, anything that holds back something, all of a sudden it way overshoots. like a spring that's been compressed and compressed and compressed. All that energy is stored up and built up in $22 silver. And when it jumps, it's going to jump. And it's going to way overshoot where it should be. So let's just say for a minute that the proper silver price is, we'll say $80. You think it's going to go to $80 and just stop? No. It's going to take a while for it to correct. It's going to overshoot its target, and then it's going to settle back down to where it should be. And when that happens, I mean, if you're holding it, that's great. And if you're not, you're probably going to be panic buying. That's where a lot of people are going to get in. A lot of people miss out on the initial snap of something going up. Think about it. Think about Bitcoin. How many people missed out on Bitcoin until it got up to 20,000, 30,000? And some people will argue, it's at 50,000 now. It's still got a lot of room to run. I heard someone tell me that we will see $500,000 Bitcoin pretty soon. I mean, who knows? I'm not going to diss someone else's asset. If you believe that Bitcoin is going to keep going, that's great. I mean, I hope it does for you. For those of you that are invested in Bitcoin, I hope it does. I would never wish ill on someone else's asset, because the truth of the matter is, gold could go up, silver could go up, Bitcoin could go up, everything can go up, but something's got to come down. And the truth of the matter is, when the dollar falls, I think it's going to be the dollar that comes down. And it's going to come down hard and fast. We've abused the world reserve currency status that we hold. We've weaponized it, and at some point, that's got to come due. And when that does come due, the idea that silver went up to $200, there may be people that just won't sell at that point, because when a currency is collapsing, do you really want to hold it? Is any amount of monopoly money worth an ounce of silver? I mean, pretend monopoly money for a minute. If I told you I'll give you $1 million monopoly dollars for that ounce of silver, would you trade an ounce of silver for $1 million monopoly dollars? I mean, you can just make more. You can get more monopoly boards and buy them and just give you a whole tray of cash for them, a bucket of it. So, I mean, at that point, I know they'll still have a certain amount of value. Nothing is going to go to zero. I don't think the dollar will actually go to zero. I got to say that. But it can come down pretty hard. It's got a long way from zero. And on its way down, it's going to be painful for a lot of people. So with that being said, we're going to wrap up today's video. But I really like the comparison on that. Palladium, just, we've seen it already once with palladium, and we could see it with silver. So anybody that says it can't happen just needs to look at some of these other metals and what they've done. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, comment, and let me know your thoughts, and go and check out all of our short videos. We have a lot of 15-second and 1-minute videos that are great. I thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.